Dear learners, I welcome you all in this lecture on accounting standards. So, dear learners, you might be well aware that we have already delivered 5 lectures in this series. So, this is lecture 6th on accounting standards. Well, when we talk about accounting standards, so accounting standards are basically a written policy document issued by the expert accounting body. So the main purpose of issuing accounting standards is to bring uniformity, to bring transparency, and to bring comparability in the financial statements, because until or unless uniformity and transparency is there, nobody will rely on the results of the financial statements. Therefore, accounting standard helps the business entity to record the business transactions in the specified manner as per the rules and regulations of the accounting standards, and also helps in preparing the financial statements with the guidelines issued by the accounting standards. So if all the business entity follow the same guidelines issued by the accounting standards, it will helps in bringing the uniformity, transparency, and comparability. So therefore, when anybody who has vested his interest, or you also can speak about different stakeholders, different users of accounting information. So whenever they want to take any sort of decision, they need the comparability, and they need the uniformity in the recording of the business transactions and in the preparation of financial statements. So recording the business transaction and preparation of financial statements must be in line with the guidelines issued by the accounting standards. Only then all business entities can bring uniformity, transparency, and comparability in the financial statements, and only under these circumstances the results of the business entity can be relied upon. Then the next one is procedure for issuing accounting standards. Well, dear learners, there is a set procedure of issuing the accounting standards, and as I have already mentioned that these accounting standards are issued by the experts and professional body. So when the expert or professional body wants to issue the accounting standards just for the sake of bringing transparency, uniformity, and comparability, there is a set procedure for issuing the accounting standards. And what is that set procedure? We will discuss it one by one. All the steps which are involved in issuing the accounting standards, we will discuss those steps one by one. The first one is the Accounting Standard Board, ASB, will identify the areas where the formulation of accounting standards may be needed. So first of all, Accounting Standards Board will identify the areas where the guidelines are required, because first we need to identify the areas where there is not uniformity, where the accounting standards are more important. So first, Accounting Standard Board will identify the areas where the formulation of accounting standards may be needed. Then The second one is the ASB will constitute study groups and panels to discuss and study the issues. So whatever issues are there, in order to address those issues, Accounting Standard Board will constitute the study groups and panel to address those issues. Such panels will prepare a draft of the standards. So the panel or the study groups constituted by the Accounting Standard Board, they will prepare a draft of accounting standard, and this draft normally includes the definition of important terms, the objective of the standard and its scope. So, well friends, this panel will prepare a draft in which the definition of important terms, objective of the accounting standards and scope will be included. Then the next one is the ASB will carry out the deliberations of the said draft of the standards. If necessary, changes and revisions are also made. So, next step is that the Accounting Standard Board will carry out the deliberations of the said draft. Whatever draft which is prepared by the panel, the deliberations will take place on this draft, and if any change is required, that change will also be incorporated. This preliminary draft is circulated to all concerned authorities. So, this is what we call the preliminary draft. So, after the preparation of the preliminary draft, it will be circulated to the concerned authorities, and these authorities may include the ICAI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Department of Company Affairs, that is DCA, Department of Company Affairs, then SEBI, and then the CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Taxes, then Comptroller and Auditor General of India, that is CAG. These members and departments are invited to give their comments. So, this preliminary draft will be circulated to the concerned authorities like ICAI, DCA, SEBI, CBDT, CAG, so on and so forth. So, these regulatory bodies will invite the comments. These regulatory body will be invited for their comments. The Accounting Standard Board then will arrange the meeting with the representative of these regulatory bodies to discuss their views and concerns about the draft and its provisions. The next step is the exposure draft is then finalized. So, after the views and discussions of the representative of the regulatory body, the exposure draft is finalized and it is presented to the public for their review and comments. So, well friends, once it is finalized, then this draft is circulated among the public for review and comments. Then the next one is the comments by the public on the exposure draft will be reviewed and a final draft is prepared for review and consideration of ICAI. So, once it is presented before the public for their review and comments, then this exposure draft is reviewed finally by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for their final review and consideration. The Council of the ICAI will review and consider the final draft of the standard. So, the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India will review and consider final draft of the standards. If necessary, they may suggest few changes. So, at any point of time, if they feel any suggestion or changes are required, they can also give the suggestion. Finally, the accounting standards are issued. In case of standard for non-corporate entities, the ICAI will issue the standard, and if it relates to a corporate entity, then the central government will issue the standard. So, well friends, this was the set procedure for issuing the accounting standards in India. Then the next one is issues in accounting standards. So, well friends, as we have already discussed that accounting standards are basic policy documents and their main aim is to ensure transparency, reliability, consistency and comparability of the financial statements. They do so by standardizing accounting policies and principles of a nation. So, the transactions of all companies will be recorded in a similar manner if they follow these accounting standards. So, accounting standards mainly deal with the four major issues of accounting, namely, the first one is recognition of financial events. So, well friends, as we have already discussed, the recognition of financial event is necessary before we record the transaction in the books of the account. Say for example, if we buy a printer of rupees 5,000, then of course the recognition of financial event is that the printer has been purchased against rupees 5,000. Then the second step is measurement of financial transaction. Well friends, as we have already stated that the measurement of financial transaction will also be discussed. For example, if we take a decision to buy a printer, then yes, of course, we will have to measure the financial implication of this transaction. So, if we buy a printer worth rupees 7,000, then we can say that the measurement of financial transaction, that the printer we have bought has been purchased against rupees 7,000. So, this is any transaction which can be measured in terms of financial terminology, that transaction will be recorded in the books of the accounts. Then presentation of financial statements in a fair manner. When the financial statements are prepared, then the presentation of these financial statements in a very true and fair manner is also very, very important, because preparation of financial statements in a fair manner is one thing, but presentation of financial statements in a fair manner is another thing. Sometimes what happens that we prepare the financial statements in a very fair manner, but at the time of presentation of financial statements, if we do not present the financial statements in a fair manner, then the persons who have vested their interest will probably be not in a position to take a right decision. Then the next one is disclosure requirement of companies to ensure stakeholders are not misinformed. So, once the financial statements are prepared and presented in a very true and fair manner, then the disclosure requirements. So, whatever disclosure requirements are there from the regulatory bodies, say for example, the SEBI is there, then the Ministry of Corporate Affairs is there. So, whatever disclosure requirements are there as far as the preparation and presentation of financial statements is concerned, so that has to be ensured that the stakeholders are properly informed, because in lack of proper information, the stakeholders cannot take a proper decision. Then the next one is benefits of accounting standards. Accounting standards are the ruling authority in the world of accounting. It makes sure that the information provided to the potential investor is not misleading in any way. Let us take a look at the benefit of accounting standards. So, well friends, as we have already discussed that the main purpose of accounting standards is to bring transparency, uniformity, reliability and comparability in the financial statements. So, once these four prominent parameters are ensured, that will ensure the different stakeholders that whatever decisions they are going to take, their decision will definitely helps them in taking managerial decisions. So what are those benefits of accounting standards? Let us have a quick look of the accounting benefits of the accounting standards. The first one is attains uniformity in accounting. Accounting standards provides rules for standard treatment and recording of transactions. They even have a standard format for financial statements which helps in achieving uniformity in accounting method. Well friends, as we are well aware that in lack of a proper standard format for the preparation of the financial statements, we cannot achieve the objective of uniformity in the preparation of the financial statements. So, this prescribed format helps the business entity to prepare the financial statements, keeping in view the uniformity, because until or unless the financial statements have the uniformity, any decision taken on the basis of these financial statements where there is lack of uniformity will lead nowhere, or it will lead to wrong decisions. Second one is improves the reliability of the financial statements. So once the preparation of the financial statements is made on the basis of the accounting standards or on the basis of the guidelines, rules, regulations, norms issued by the accounting standards, it will definitely improve the reliability of the financial statements, because it will bring the uniformity, it will bring the transparency in the preparation of the financial statements, it will bring comparability in the preparation of the financial statements. So when all such important factors are taken into considerations, then these things improves the reliability of the financial statements to a larger extent. There are many stakeholders of a company and they rely on the financial statements for their information. So many of these stakeholders base their decisions on the data provided by the financial statements. Therefore, while preparing the financial statements, we should be very vigilant, we should be very particular as far as the guidelines of accounting standards are there. So we should strictly follow the guidelines issued by the accounting standards in order to bring uniformity, transparency, reliability and comparability of the financial statements. Prevents frauds and accounting manipulation. Well friends, when the financial statements are prepared on the basis of the rules and regulations and guidelines issued by the accounting standard, then of course it will prevent fraud and accounting manipulation. Therefore, in order to prevent the frauds and manipulation, financial statements must be prepared strictly on the basis of the rules and regulations and guidelines issued by the accounting standards. Next one is assist auditors. So yes, the main objective of the auditor is to detect the errors and mistakes in the recording of the business transactions and in the preparation of the financial statements. Therefore, if the financial statements are prepared with the guidelines issued by the accounting standards, and if all the rules and regulations and norms have strictly been followed while preparing the financial statements, it will definitely improve the quality, it will definitely improve the reliability of the financial statements, and ultimately it will help the auditors in auditing the accounts of the particular firm. Comparability. So, well friends, we have discussed about the comparability of the financial statements. So, comparability plays a very important role in comparing the financial statements of one period to another, because while taking the decision for the profitability and for the financial position of the business, the financial statements are compared for say 5 years, for say 2 years or 3 years. So, in order to bring the comparability in the financial statements, it is must that the financial statements must be prepared with rules and regulations and guidelines issued by the accounting standards. Determining managerial accountability. So, accounting standards also helps the management in determining the managerial accountability. The accounting standards helps in measuring the performance of the management of an entity. It can help in measuring the management ability to increase profitability and maintain the solvency of the firm and other important financial duties of the management. So, when the financial statements are prepared, keeping in view the guidelines issued by the accounting standards, it will definitely helps the management in determining the accountability of the managers. Then the next part is limitations of accounting standards. So, there are few limitations of accounting standards as well. The regulatory bodies keep updating the standards to restrict these limitations. The first one is difficulty between choosing alternative. Yes, say for example, there are alternatives for certain accounting treatments or valuation. Say for example, LIFO and FIFO methods of valuation of stock is there. So, choosing the alternatives between these is a very tedious decision for the management. The accounting standard does not provide the guidelines for the appropriate choice. Well friends, when we do have the alternatives for taking managerial decisions or taking some decision and these decisions may be for the valuation of the stocks, etc., then there are many methods like LIFO, last in first out, FIFO, first in first out, weighted average methods. So, there are many methods, there are many alternatives available to the management. So, accounting standard does not provide the guidelines for the appropriate choice, that out of these alternative, which alternative is the best one. Then the next one is restricted scope. Well friends, accounting standards cannot override the laws or the statutes, because the law or statutes have to be followed. They have to be framed within the confines of the laws prevailing at the particular time. That can limit their scope to provide the best policies for the situations, because accounting standards cannot override, cannot overrule the laws and the statutes. So accounting standards have to perform their duty within the scope assigned to them. So within the scope or within the frame which is confined to the laws, they have to perform their duty within that framework. Therefore, it has a restricted scope. Well, friends, this was all about the limitations of the financial accounting standards. This was the limitation of accounting standards. And sometimes what happens when we discuss about the limitation of the accounting standards, we have discussed two limitations of the accounting standards. That the first one is restricted scope, and then difficulty between choosing alternatives. So these two limitations of the accounting standards sometimes pose the question mark against the reliability of the accounting standards, because accounting standards, of course, no doubt helps the accountant in preparing the financial statement. It guides the accountant for preparing the financial statements. But yes, of course, accounting standards have their own limitation. They also suffers from various limitations. So these two limitations we have discussed. The first one is difficulty between choosing alternative, and the second one is restricted scope. So keeping in view the limitations of the accounting standards, we have to prepare the financial statements, and accordingly we have to take the decisions. So this was all about this sixth lecture on MOOC's guidelines. Thank you very much.